What's up, dudes and dudes of the internet? My name's Scyushi and we're back in more Trove. You'll have to excuse me, I'm not going to use my green screen because I don't want to turn on my floodlight because I have my baby boy sleeping next to me while I record this video and the light will more than likely wake him up. So this is going to end up being a relatively short video because there's a topic for discussion that I wanted to mention to you guys that I've been periodically talking about during my live streams. Namely, there is a response about the new Trove update. We finally actually have something worth talking about. That said, I am a little bit concerned how much merit there is going to end up being to this post. So basically, Naxi, someone who's involved with our community, ended up asking on the Trove Discord. I guess they had like a big Q&A or something like that with a lot of people. There was quite a few really interesting answers and stuff, but he was mentioning something about Trove having a roadmap and more communication, and a dev actually ended up responding with this, where they say the Trovies, Trove raffles, whatever, will be awarded this week. And regarding the main point, we fully agree that communication, especially around future updates, has been suboptimal. It's something we've been actively discussing internally. Ellie Rock, I don't know how to pronounce it, and I are currently wrapping up the upcoming community letter that you can expect within the first week of April, which means anytime this week. So that should be, hopefully, right? Yeah. Anyway, in that community letter, they plan on going into more detail. They'll address what led to the current situation. Get out of here, Windows Update. What led to the current situation and give a sneak peek at the road ahead. So I think we all know that it's going to be in relation to the duping, which I'll get into, all of those details in a moment, just because I want to finish this post up saying that the community layer will also introduce a new kind of community event aimed at improving the dialogue between players and the team. Interesting. I hope that it's not just another survey that they'll ignore. We don't want to spoil too much. Keep an eye out for the next community letter. No, please spoil away, because we're used to not getting any information. So to clarify for those of you that might have left Trove for a substantial amount of time, there was this issue where players figured out how to duplicate items. And I won't get into the nitty-gritty of it all, but essentially it completely ruined the in-game economy because the devs acted way too slow in resolving the issue. They didn't roll the servers back. They did the best that they could, and let's be real, the Trove devs are severely undermanned because GameAgo doesn't, invest in their product's future, but that's okay. The fact that this game is still around means I owe GameAgo a lot because Tryon Worlds wasn't doing anything with the IP either. Anyways, the duping kind of became this all hands on deck situation where I'm naturally assuming that we were supposed to have the next big Trove update sometime in March, because usually for the years that I've been playing this game, March is when they have the biggest update of the year that usually has either a new class or a new biome or some new gameplay mechanic, right? And if I had to guess, I think the new gameplay mechanic is going to be something to do with Mystic Gear becoming a little bit easier to obtain. We also know that inevitably, because the developers kind of have run out of ideas, we're going to get Mystic Gems, we're going to get Mystic Rings. It's inevitable at this point. It just depends how they implement it. But suffice to say, I'm pretty confident that that community letter is going to gloss over the duping issue, because they're probably not going to go into direct detail about it, because you got to consider that the developers are in a bit of a sticky situation. They're not an indie team, so they can't be super transparent because they have a boss to answer to and they have shareholders to be aware of, which is why you'll see a lot of games, not just Trove, but when an MMO or something ends up dealing with some substantial glitch or hacking or duping or whatever, they try to pretend that it's not there. And that's not got to do with them being in denial about it. It's got to do with, if they address this and talk about this, the shareholders that are completely out of the loop with the game and are just investing in the product for a return are just going to be like, I'm taking my money out. And, then it ends up making the game less valuable and thus less profitable. And yeah. So I don't know how much detail they're going to get into with the community letter. I think it would be really cool if they end up actually just straight up talking about the duping, talk about the next update that they've got planned. I don't think that the new update's going to end up being a new class. I hope it is, and I hope it's a fun class this time, because, sorry, Solarian's not that fun. Even Solarian mains know that, right? Like, come on. But there was rumors like a year or two ago about the new class that they were working on being a spear user. So I would love to see something come to fruition with that. Or at the very least, if they ended up like having a continual roadmap for Trove, that would be awesome. But that would mean that the content would actually be planned. The fact that they mentioned they want to have a community event aimed at a dialogue between players and the team, I think that's fantastic if they actually follow through with it. Most of all, like I've said this before, I'll say it again, Fluxian, who's chilling in the hub area, I think that he is a great mechanic that the developers really underutilize, which is a in-game voting system. Because I could still imagine having like an NPC up there or something that you would interact with. Can't interact with him right now because I don't know, because it's the second week or something stupid. Fluxian sucks. But suffice to say, imagine if you could interact with this guy and similar to Minecraft, you could vote for what you actually want to see in the next update. That way they could get direct feedback instead of just putting out a survey like they did last year and then just abandoning it. And I mean, maybe they took a lot of the survey stuff to heart, but I want to see them actually address it and talk to us about it, because otherwise it's just kind of all up in the air. Let me know if you guys have any thoughts yourselves in the comments below. Again, I'm hoping that we actually have something to get excited about, because if I'm being perfectly honest with you guys, yes, I love Trove. It's still one of my favorite games, but my God, it's been dead in the water for like almost a year, all thanks to the stupid duping and how poorly they handled it. But suffice to say, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and at least it's got something worth talking about, you know, coming to Trove. So hopefully that newsletter is actually good. Smash like, subscribe for more, hit that notification bell, and buy the merch you want to support the channel. I gotta give you guys another little reminder that I do have all of my merch migrated over to Fourth Wall rather than Teespring. Teespring was significantly more expensive and they just kept upping the price without me even saying anything. Whereas Fourth Wall has pretty much the same quality stuff, but it's significantly cheaper. You know, the hats in particular are my favorite because they don't have the stupid green screen color under here, and they have colors in general. If there's any other hat I'd like to order, it's this same hat, but with the orange. I think at some point, just being fully transparent with you guys, I gotta fix this logo for the hat, because the hat itself can only have like a couple different colors. And so I kind of got to change some of the shading on this, because I think that the original image was too detailed. So when I imported it into the hat design, it was like, oh, this is orange. And it's not supposed to be orange. It's supposed to be like dark gray or something. But anyways, excuse my ramblings. Poopy. No, baby, no. Thanks for watching, gamers. Sayonara, and stay epic.